What's up, fam? This is RDP, and I'm going to give you a recap on SPX today, uniquely because that's where I spent a good chunk of my time, that and SPY. I had been all over X in our Discord at the bakery that we were in cons this morning that were drawn down like 70%, and then they ripped after we got some news today on zero DTEs all the way to 600+%. Negative 70 to 600. That's the first thing that I just put out there. Zero DTEs are wild. I just want to show you here. This is Skylit. This is the heat map for SPX right at the morning bell. And the first thing I want to show you on opening is you can see we open at 74.35 here in some of this positive gamma, and I want you to see 74.40 is a very small node in comparison to what's around it. I'm going to get rid of this. I just wanted to show you. It's 355, and then you can see negative, negative, negative above it all the way to 74.60. The reason why I want you to see that and pay attention to that is because at the bell on opening, it was a pretty, it was a quick run. It runs, I'm going to play this for you. It's going to run down to 7,400. And I saw it overshoot. And I was thinking in my head, just looking across the table here, you can see negative 10 million. And then if you go to that 522, there's 3 million and then 3 million there. It shows 3,000, but it's 3,000K, so it's 3 million. That to me is a notable floor. It's like an overshoot, but 7,400 is such a it's such a round number. I'm guessing that it's going to be a floor for where we will go for the remainder of the day. And we early in the morning, we come down below it, and then we're going to pop off of it. So it's going to overshoot underneath. You can see it there, 73.95, and then it's going to go 7,400, 73.95. And then it's going to bounce up off of it eventually. And I'm talking to the bakery, and you can see it right there, run up to 74.10. And it actually will run all the way to 74.15 if I'm not mistaken, and then it's going to come back down. So you get this run, let me turn off notifications. You get this run that's going to go from 73.90-ish, and it's going to run all the way up to the 73.15 node. Whoa, I got some kids walking in on me. Guys, I'm making a video. Can you guys watch TV while I finish this video? Sweet. Yes, sir. I like that answer. RDB kids are the best. Anyways, I take calls off that bottom overshoot out of conviction, and it's risky. So I don't put it out to my Discord. I play it for myself, and it rips and it runs, and it's a quick 100%. It's going to, as I jump over here to the trading view chart, you can see swing high to swing low. We're going to run up and we're going to reject right at this 786. It makes a lot of sense to me that this 786 is a rejection point on the 10-minute chart because it's kind of like the reverse golden pocket. It's like a rejection pocket. And what we do is we're going to come right back down. We're going to give all this up, but we're going to fake wick, lose the day's low, but buyers are going to pick it up right here. So this actually is going to become the low of the day. It's going to become a zone that will be defended for the morning that will hold. And I tell the Discord, as long as we don't lose the low of the day with momentum, I'm betting on up and to the right. We just had the nodes have been there, the heat map has been there. The news has been there at a macro level. And as I play this out, what you're going to see is it's going to go kind of ping-ponging up and down through here. It was really frustrating. So I took calls on SPY after this had played out, because I thought, okay, I'm going to de-risk. I already got my 100% here. I'm going to de-risk, and I'm going to pick up SPY calls, and we're going to just play with the community all the way through. I had taken myself over to Skylet's SPY map, and SPY map was showing this total slide. This is like called a reverse rug. It's got positive gamma, and then it's got negative gamma that's parked up above it. And that to me is a great signal that we've got a floor at 737. I'm going to go over to SPY here so you can see it here while my kids are in the other room watching TV. If it gets loud, you're just going to have to deal with it. That's called parenting and trading all at the same time. So I marked this out. This is my macro channel, and we've been respecting this channel like crazy. We did a pivot. We came off of a descending channel, and then we have this pivot, and we start to run up this channel. And this is the structure that we are in. Here is the morning, right? 1 o'clock in the morning, boom, we start to come down. I say, as long as we don't lose this Wednesday low, this is to me where the pivot is going to happen. And so we get this, and it starts chop, chop, chop. We come up, we lose it, we're chopping again. But I'm just looking at Skylet, and it's showing me, man, this is going to run up. And more importantly, we've got these nodes up here, this 745 node for tomorrow, for the 22nd. It's a huge area, 106 million. And then we've got these kind of 749, 745. I call out 744 calls. That's my call on my own Discord in the bakery. And it's rough. It's rough waters. We're chopping our way through here. The ramp isn't taking. SPY is not reverse rugging the way that it needs to. And it's costly. It's costing our community theta. The theta is burning. There's people that are DMing me. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm down so hard. This hurts. But the people who have been long with me, who have traded with me, they know a couple of my cues. So they know that if I'm holding out and I don't see the loss of this channel or the loss of this low, I have no reason to doubt the trade. Also, as this is creeping up in RSI, the minute we flip into a positive over the 50, this is like the signal for me to jump and go long. And you can see we're making higher lows here. We're not making higher highs per se, but this is like a diamond bottom. If you're like a TA person, here's the diamond. We have this drop, and so it begs the idea of a run up to basically invert this leg. It's like a reverse Bart Simpson. If you have ever played crypto, they used to say Bitcoin used to drop Bart Simpsons on people all the time. There's a reverse Bart Simpson right here. So I'm going to play the map for you, and as you see this playing out, you're going to watch this start to slide and run on the news, and it will make its way up this reverse rug, and it's going to do it inside of 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes time. It's going to be a quick blitz up. And I was on the phone with Guy Fibonacci, and Guy Fibonacci is like, dude, all these people are like freaking out, and they just got to be patient. They got to be patient. And you can see that the map is literally running up this negative gamma stack. And you can see how if I fast forward it, I just want to let it play out. But at this point, it's 11:25. Let's see, that would be Eastern. So 11, 10, 9, 8. It's still 8:30. It's still not triggered yet in a significant way. I'm going to fast forward this just for the sake of time. And here's what you get. You get this 740, and then these nodes are still up here, and it's going to launch pad. If I can get to the time right. Where is it? Here we go. Now we've got this Pika right at 744. Oh, I loved it. I was like, it's there. We're going to get it. The strike will be fulfilled. It was written. And so we start, boom, we make our way up. it tags 744, and that's up here as the top of my channel. And what's even more notable is on this channel top, which takes this con from -70 all the way to 600 at the top. If you do a fib from this swing high, the most recent swing high, to this swing low, I just want you to see this. It goes 2618. It's gonna breathe, and it's going to rip right up to the 3618, and that's where the sellers are parked, and they will reject this down. It will come down, it'll park, it will lose the 2618, it'll repark at the 1618, it's gonna wick at the heart line, and then it's gonna come back up, and then it's going to track the rest of the day up here. This is how fibs and skylit and heat maps all work together. Now, here is my bonus for you. So Glitch and Company release Atlas, and Atlas is essentially a pairing with TradingView. And here's what I want you to see. On the morning, you can look at the flow, 0 DTE. There's $149,000 spent on zeros for the 7405 strike. 7405 is literally right here. They're picking this up before you hit this strike. Massive inclination that there's money to be made here. And then on this dip, you can see, if I zoom in here, there are multiple 0 DTEs, 44,000, 16,000, 25,000. There's so much money stacked to the top side, 55,000, over $130,000 between zeros that are printing up higher, the 7435, the 7445, the 7450, 1 DTEs, that it's giving you the flow in real time against these nodes. And then these nodes are telling you, here's the floor right here. You can see this floor at 7404. If you went over to SPY, you would literally see the same thing in flow. I would get rid of this, show you this. Here's the flow, check this out. One candle over, 0 DTs, $312,000, $189,000, $168,000. 1 DTE, $102,000 for the 740, 738, 739. That's all above bar right here. That's all above bar right here. And then as we start to make our way up, as this thing is printing up, I want you to see, look at this. All this data showing you, I'm set my settings to just show me 1 DTE, 0 DTE, and I'm literally watching the flow, especially in comparison to, these are the 0 DTEs. You can see that they are outweighing, by comparison, the negative contracts that are coming in. Now, mind you, we're going to touch here. This is a massive extension, 3618. It's going to test here. It's going to drop below, and then it's going to give us a full ramp down. That's totally fine. This is resistance, turn support. Fantastic visual here on the 740. And then this was the kicker. So we're at the end of the day. I'm always hunting these last bars here. And I think this is going to be a rollover event. I think this is going to be like a lower high. This is going to get shorted. Maybe take us right back down to this 740. I wouldn't be surprised here. But the buyers are going to hold it up, even though they're going to reject it here. But here's where it gets really interesting. I'm looking at these. These are 11 days to expiration, so they're not going to dump it on us today. 1, 11, 8. Here's a 1 DTE. The last bar, though. Look at the last bar. This is 1 DTE, $14,000. These are 1 DTE puts. This is notable. And I'm watching the bars move on these last few candles. And for SPX, I'm just going to push this in. I wrote, somebody is spending, I was talking on Breadcast, somebody is spending $13,000 at the 7450 zeros. Last candle. So let's look at what happens. It comes down and it's going to ramp right into the 7450, like almost to the penny. They bought these contracts. They were $30. they went for 300%. I didn't take them. I talked about them. I was surprised. I had already made my money on this. I made a great return on this. But this is the hack that Glitch reposted. I've been hawking, I've been watching these final 0 DTEs for this signaling as to where the price may go right into close. If you would have bought these below this Pika line, when this con came in, you would have bought it here. You'd have seen this flow here. You would have given you this last candle to watch rip right into the bell. This is how you play superb 0 DTEs. You've got channels in T8. It works great for you. This is actual dealer positioning. You have sniper level tools when you can play with this kind of awareness. So I hope this helps. Shout out to Glitch. Shout out to the Skylit team for the heat maps, for Atlas, for the Trinity. What it gives you by way of tools is incomparable to anything else that's out there. It is the way to play. Until there's a better tool that shows up on the market, I am sold that TA plus what Skylit is providing is the way to play options contracts. I hope this helps. I'll see you guys soon.